Hi, Dr. Brad Meylor here. What is health? I've heard health be described many different ways by many different people. There's a common misconception out there that health is just the absence of disease, sickness, or pain. But the best definition of health that I've heard yet is health is an optimal state of well-being physically, mentally, and socially. And today I'm going to describe 5 major factors that affect overall health. The first factor is food or fuel, what we put into our body. Americans are suffering from an epidemic of obesity. We are eating low quality foods that are highly processed, and this is causing many downstream effects with quality of life, health, and long-term outcomes. The second factor is exercise. An object in motion stays in motion. And the research is clear. People who are active are overwhelmingly healthier. And by active, I mean exercising, stretching, avoid being sedentary for long periods of time. Just the nature of society today makes it very difficult for us to be active and move throughout the day. This has a huge impact on our overall health and well-being, making it that much more important to prioritize movement for long-term health and well-being. The next factor for health is rest and sleep. The research is clear on this, that the majority of healing after an injury or an illness occurs during sleep. We also know that rest is very important for stress management. So making sure to prioritize time off, recreation, and recharging our batteries per se. That is a very important part of health. The fourth factor is positive mental attitude and positive social relationships. Positive mental attitude, relationships. A positive mental attitude, the research shows, affects our quality of life in so many different ways. The quality of our relationships also affects our overall well-being in so many different ways. The fifth factor to health is a sound nervous system. Now, this is so important to everything else, and I'm going to explain that in just a second here. But a sound nervous system is vital for optimal health, mental well-being, and for our social and relationships around us. Now, a sound nervous system, we first must understand what I mean by that, and we have to understand anatomy a little bit. The brain and spinal cord system communicates via the nerves to every tissue, organ, and cell in the body. It innervates all the muscles in the arms, in the legs, and like I said, all the organs, tissues, and cells in the body. Now, how this affects all of these, you've got to have your brain to be able to communicate to your stomach. And it doesn't matter how good the nutrition that you're getting, if you have interference to the nerves as it exits the spine to your stomach or to your lower GI or to your colon, you're going to have digestive issues and you're not going to be able to properly absorb all the fuel and food that you need to provide your body with nutrients. You're going to have digestive issues and downstream symptoms if your nervous system isn't sound. Exercise, super important. Like I said before, motion is medicine. However, if you have pain in anywhere of your body, not only can that affect the muscles, it can also just affect your ability to perform exercises or move. We all know that stiffness decreases range of motion, and this can affect your ability to move properly and can also have downstream long-term effects. Also, with sleep and rest, people find it very difficult to sleep at night when they have pain related to their spine. Okay? Also, if you have a lot of tension and pressure in this part of the spine, this is called the sympathetic nervous system, aka the fight or flight nervous system. This part of this spinal cord is called the parasympathetic, aka the rest and digest. So not only can spine pain affect sleep, but also even without pain, pressure on the nervous system at these levels can affect how you heal and process nerve energy while you are sleeping. Now, positive mental attitude and relationships, we all know that when we're suffering with pain and or symptoms that could be caused by pressure on the nervous system, that it is tough to have a positive mental attitude when you're suffering and having health issues. It's also tough to be your best with your relationships when you have a not sound nervous system. That's why this is so vitally important to all of these other factors, and why it's so important to make sure that you can have optimal health via the nervous system, a healthy, sound nervous system, and how much that truly does affect overall health. Like I said before, the best definition I heard of true health is the optimal state of physical, mental, and social well-being. I hope this video was educational for you, and as always, if there's anything I can do for you or anyone you know, just let me know. Thank you so much.